Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Card Talks. Apologies for the last week, the lack of Card Talks. I was actually had to travel actually for the week, so I wasn't able to do my Card Talks. But today I'm back, and I'd like to ready to get started again. So for this Card Talks, I'm going to talk about work, more work than just your salary job. Now, at first you may think, why in the hell would I want to work more than what I work already in my 40-hour-a-week job? Well, you don't have to. There is no reason why you have to work after your 40 hours is over, or your 50, or whatever you're working for your full-time job. That is, if you answer the question, how bad do I want it? And you're like, I'm doing just fine now. And that's perfectly fine. However, if you love what you do and love what you do so much, maybe on the side now you play with projects every now and then, and maybe do some little playing around with some, maybe GitHub, or do some community projects, that sort of thing. That's the kind of thing I'm talking about here. So what I'm talking about is developing a side hustle, or a side project, or a side business. This is something that I've done for many years now, and I absolutely love it. However, it does consume maybe 20 hours a week of your time, 30 hours a week of your time, in addition to your 40 that you have. Now, at first people might think, well, that's craziness. Why would I want to do that? But the answer is, well, obviously it's more money. Sure, you get quite a bit more money doing that way. And more importantly, in my opinion, is you get the sort of fulfillment of you running your own show. You're able to be an entrepreneur if you have that desire, without a lot of risk, because you have your full-time job to look back on. However, one thing that a lot of people ask is, how they may be on board with that. Sure, I'll work. I have some extra time. I need some extra money to do this and do that, and work's not giving me a ton of overtime. How do I get started doing a side hustle? Well, the answer to that is it depends on your expertise, and it depends on your desires. What I mean by that is, what do you like to do on the side? What do you like to do in your job? What are you good at? More specifically, what are you good at in terms of, are you a good programmer? Are you a good system administrator? Are you a good scripter? Whatever, automator, whatever it takes. What are you good at, and what do you love to do? That's the kind of the Venn diagram that you kind of need to look at. What am I good at, and what do I like to do? Just so happens that me personally, what I'm good at and what I like to do pays pretty well, so I get lucky. However, I know that not a lot of people are like that. So what I would really encourage people to do is to get started is first understand what you like to do, and how much you like to get paid. Develop yourself some kind of goal, like whenever I want to start a side business and I have X number of hours a week to dedicate to this, and I want to do this. Well, the next thing you have to do is, it totally depends on what kind of side business or what kind of side hustle you're doing. For example, in consulting world, you could do what I do. I have one of my kind of streams of income, I guess you can say, is consulting. I do some occasional consulting, and the huge majority of clients that I picked up or through my blog, people just reach out to me, see me doing a lot of writing on PowerShell and this and that, and they kind of want some help. So people reach out to me on the blog, and I work remotely, 5-10 hours a week or something, helping them out with various scripting projects and things like that. Or you could look at a site like Upwork, where you can bid on a number of different projects, coding projects, sysadmin projects, all kinds of things on there. However, you can also do, for me, another good side hustle is freelance writing. So going going back to the original, to the statement I just said about income streams, that's another big thing about side hustles. I solely believe in various income streams. What I mean by income streams is how many different ways that you're getting money in. Now, I treat a side hustle almost probably more seriously than I do my full-time position, because at this point in my career, I've been doing this for, a side hustle for probably 7 to 8 years now, something like that, and I've built up income streams enough to where I could essentially quit my job if I wanted to, and we would be okay. But yeah, we might be able to talk about that another day. But another good thing is, if you ever see yourself going to ever wanting to do your side hustles full-time, be a full-time entrepreneur, independent consultant, that sort of thing, it's important to diversify. They say in investing, you diversify it because you lower risk over the long haul. Same thing is whenever you're doing side hustles, or more importantly, when you're doing being independent full-time, because you never know when one side hustle, one business is going to dry up. So, for example, show you an example for me, I do consulting. I have a consulting kind of small business. I also do freelance writing. For that, I do articles. You may have seen out there, I do a lot of different articles. I write articles for lots of different sites. I have my blog, which generates income through sponsors. That's another stream of income. I do Pluralsight courses. I've got quite 4 or 5 different Pluralsight courses out there that are generating income for me. I have a Udemy course, a couple of those, another one coming up pretty soon. That's another stream of income. And I have the Pester book, the ebook. That's another stream of income. And then I'm doing another Automate the Boring Stuff with PowerShell, my first actual print book, coming out hopefully sometime next year. So I've done that purposely. I've spread myself out as far as possible, because you never know when one of those is going to dry up. And if one dries up, then the other ones can take over. So income streams is a big thing, especially, it may not be that important if you're solely relying on your full-time job now, and you don't really see yourself taking that leap and doing all the independent stuff full-time. But it's definitely important if you have a goal of doing it full-time. So to give you some ideas, here's some more ideas of various side hustles you can do. As I'm assuming you're an IT pro, or you're in IT, maybe you're a software developer or something like that. So to give you some ideas of what I have done personally, which may not work for everybody, is I wanted side businesses that allow me to work from home, that I didn't have to travel anywhere. I could do it whenever I wanted, and knowing that, these are the few things that I have done. So I've done the consulting, remote consulting, not in any big projects, just the little automation projects here and there with PowerShell and that sort of thing. It wasn't a big deal. I'm not really focusing on that a whole lot right now. I'm also doing the freelance writing. As you can see, I've got to do a lot of different sites and all those other income streams that I had just talked about. I developed all those income streams through relationships with clients, and really all those relationships were from the blog and from Twitter. I got out there, kind of made myself known. I try to do as much as I can, write as much content, do as many courses, and just get out on YouTube. Just get yourself known out there and let people know what you do, and at least you halfway know what you're talking about. But that's the key is marketing yourself and getting yourself known out there. And really, once you do that, it's kind of like the snowball. You start out and it's just a small snowball, but as soon as the farther you push it, the bigger it gets, it gets. And then eventually what you'll find is that if you get yourself out there enough, you'll start to get a fairly large following. Clients will start to contact you directly. You don't have to look for business anymore. I'm not quite to that point yet. I'm still getting there. I still have to really work for it. I'm not, like, hey, my name is Adam Bertram. I'm I'm this big shot guy that can get anything anywhere. No, it's not to that point. But eventually, I hope that if I keep working on marketing myself and really just growing outside of just the PowerShell space, that eventually I hope to one day say, like, just the name just will get me a job immediately. You'll find that it kind of sounds stupid in some kind. It sounds kind of, even just saying it sounds kind of arrogant, that oh well, my name. But eventually you'll see that. I mean, just think about somebody that you admire now, that you've seen on the internet, or you've seen doing courses or writing books or something. You'll think like, wow, that guy's I know that guy. And it feels like that person, and you just kind of have this connection with him already. And if the person is known out there, then you're just going to say, okay, yeah, you're proven, your skills are proven, I'm going to hire you, or I'm going to ask you to do this if you're a vendor. Marketing is another big way to get your name out there and to do various side hustles. So I've got a lot of experience doing the side businesses and side hustles. I even started a blog a while back about that, but I may do some more card talks on side hustles and side businesses and stuff. But for now, I think this was a good start. Please let me know if you have any comments, suggestions, or anything in questions in particular on how to get started with the side business, or maybe what you do. Just feel free to comment here or reach out to me on Twitter and just let me know. Thanks.